What's up, y'all? Welcome back to another episode with your host, BruhCloudTv. So, excuse me. This time right here, I'm gonna just sum it up with Jimmy John's and everything, and I'm gonna let y'all know right now a little giveaway. I mean, a little giveaway, not a giveaway, you fucking guy. A little bit of information that it just did not end up well. That's what it is right there. Anyways, all right, let's get right into it. So, I was already, having problems with coworkers and stuff. So, I got my shift changed for the next week, and that's the school is all gravy, right? So, I go for my last shift, which is on which was this past Saturday, from 2 p.m. to close, which is basically all the way to like 9:30, somewhere around there. All right, so I'm not with this chick I'm having problems with, right? So it's gravy. There is less deliveries though, so I'm more in the store, okay? I'm helping to do sandwiches. I run the actual register. I take some orders. I'm not gonna lie. I did something wrong because the customer decided to throw in cents right at the last minute when I had already charged them on the computer, and I tried to do it. Uh, you know, mental math, and I think I did it wrong. Because he stayed staring at the money, so I assumed something was wrong there. But he took it and he just left. So I was like, okay. So, anyways, that day, look, I assumed since I, was new there, that I wasn't gonna be like cleaning, obviously, like where the food's at or stuff like that. And that's what they told me. They're like, go to the lobby. So I had to sweep, mop, change the toilet paper rolls, fill up the soap things, clean the windows in there, make sure the toilet's clean or whatever, mop the outside, clean the tables, stuff like that. So it's getting time near to close, and I'm doing all that. They close at 8, but they stay open until 8:10 just for people that are running late or whatever. So once that time came in, I started doing my things. And look, bruh, the area manager was there, okay? The area manager. He was the one helping. I don't know who the actual manager was. Maybe he was just there for that position. I don't know. Hold on. The area manager's there, okay? And I say, you know what? I'm gonna chill out from asking him stuff because I have a feeling that he doesn't really like it. So he's been pointing me. Basically, I asked him a question, and he would ask like my coworkers, basically telling me, in other words, ask them why you asking me. So I refrained from asking him, okay? I refrained from asking him. I said, I need toilet paper for the restroom. The men's restroom needs a new toilet paper, okay? So I asked a fucking coworker, this Asian chick. She's cute. What's up? How is you? What's going on? But anyways, I asked her, bruh, where do y'all keep the toilet paper? The restroom needs some. She turns around, she smiles, she's like, I don't know. Bruh, just like that, she's like, I don't know. And this other chick that was working there, some Mexican chick, bruh, she was copying her fucking attitude with me because I was new there. Like, the area manager told her I was new there so that they would have to explain stuff to me, but she still, bro, her fucking facial expressions, her little bullshit fucking expression, size and stuff like that. It just made me feel weird. That was another reason why. I'll explain what's going on. But another reason that fucked me up. I don't like that shit. I don't like that shit. You know what I mean? What the fuck? They got what? If you know I'm new, why do I have to explain to you that I'm 100% new to say that I've never worked in the food industry at all? I've only been in retail as a business owner. So I've never been out there selling food, packaging food, bullshit like that. I've never done that, okay, ever in my life. It's crazy, none of that. So that's the thing, that it's like, if they're telling you I'm new, at least, think, okay, well, he's new, he might not know this or that, but to assume that I know what the fuck is going on, that's crazy. But anyways, this lady ordered something from the hospital, okay? She said to go to the main entrance, bro. When I went, I put it there where it says to put the deliveries off and everything. As soon as I got back to the store, she called back and said she didn't get it and she wanted her order delivered again. So, bro, Like, I followed the instructions, and this is another thing that I think pissed off the area manager about me, is that, like, when she called, I was the one that answered the phone, and she sounded mad. She's like, I want to talk to your manager, whatever the fuck. And I handed the phone over to him, and she said, well, I didn't get my food, whatever, so he hangs up. He tells me, where'd you deliver it? And I was like, well, at the front desk. That's the only place I can deliver it to, at the main entrance. I mean, what do you want me to do? I followed the instructions on the ticket. And he's like, don't leave it until you get confirmation. I'm like, bro, well, I followed the damn directions on the ticket. It said leave at, the table, the proper table of the main entrance where you deliver everything. Everybody else does. DoorDash, Uber Eats, whatever it is. They all deliver to that damn table and they come and get it. So now I have to go back to the fucking hospital and I call us and I'm telling you, I'm by this entrance. Is this where you are gonna be? And she says, yes, I'll be right down. So I'm like there. There's a guy there already waiting. I tell him, are you gonna give this lady her stuff? He says, yes. I give him the stuff. I wait a little bit. I assume some person that was walking down our way was her. And you know what? I said, all right, well, I'm just gonna leave it here. Bye. So I take off, all right? That's another thing. All right, so, dude, the thing, when the toilet paper, okay, sorry, I forgot to finish that off. The toilet paper issue is I asked the Asian chick and I didn't want to ask the Mexican chick. So, I was the only person, the only employee there, so I was like, I have to ask this guy then. Fuck. I decided to ask him, excuse me, sir, the toilet, the restrooms, they need toilet paper, the men's, do you know where it's located? And this motherfucker, he said, why don't you start looking? Bruh, I'm new here. You know what I mean? Like, and they didn't point out a bunch of things to me, basically. So I said, dude, I went at this. I did a little laugh. I was wearing my mask though, so I mean, you can only hear it. I did a little laugh. I walked away from him and I started looking and I said, well, if I take forever trying to find this thing, oh well, it is what it is. Fuck them. I started looking from point A all the way to point Z. And then he showed up like maybe 30 seconds after that. And he's like, and he even had a little bit of a hard time trying to figure out where the hell the fucking toilet paper was until he was like, it's right there. And, this is the weird part. Once I went and did that and it was already ready, I was basically about to finish. I was just restocking the cookies. He's telling me, George, what are you doing right now? I said, well, I was just about to restock the cookies and that's it because I already did this, and that. And he's like, all right then, well, as soon as you're done with the cookies, I don't want you to do anything else. That's it. Just clock out and leave. Okay, I said, okay, that's fine. So I went and put the cookies there. Okay, that was it. I was taking off my apron. Bro, this guy, he turns around, he looks at me, and he's like, I'm like, well, what? He's like, you can leave now. And I was like, what the fuck, bro, this fucking guy? I was like, obviously I know that. I'm over here, I pulled the apron over, I put it where it goes, and I said bye, and I just walked out, and that was it. And you know what? Ever since then, I calculated how much I got in tips, which wasn't good at all. I calculated how many miles I drove, and the wear and tear on my vehicle that I received, and how much I would actually be getting, and bruh, it was not worth it. I am not gonna go back. I decided to no call, no show. I don't give a fuck. It is what it is. Because I'd rather do that than have an opportunity to go back. Because I ain't gonna go back. Who wants to go back to that type of climate in there, Especially you start getting the area manager giving you fucking attitude. It's like, go fuck that guy too, you know what I'm saying? You got respect, I respect you back, and we're gonna be gravy. But if you're gonna start asking and not asking but acting all fucking weird because I asked you a question or whatever because the other people obviously didn't know, it's fucked up, dog. But what it is what it is. I don't work there anymore. They made me drive like 30 minutes out and 30 minutes back to go get 9 pieces of bread, and I only got paid like $6 just for that. Like, bro, it doesn't make sense financially, and wear and tear on my car does not make sense either. So I'm not going back. Fuck them. I'm done with Jimmy John. That's why I said I was gonna have to give you guys this update, but oh well, it is what it is. Like, share, subscribe, comment down below. Make sure to hit that bell, stay notified whenever I drop in the vids. I'll be seeing you on the next episode. We're your host, BruhCloudTv.